Hi, it's Charmaine from Delicious Cake Design. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really simple, quick and easy sugar figure. Gum paste, which is basically a modelling paste made from fondant with some gunpowder added to it. The gunpowder, such as gum tragacanth, will just make it really strong and make it dry hard, unlike regular fondant. So you're going to need a few different colours, some sort of skin colouring, a colour for his pants, his shirt, his hair, his shoes and his eyes. You'll also need a calyx cutter, scalpel, a length of dried spaghetti, palette knife, a fat paintbrush, a really thin paintbrush, either an icing tip or a silk veining tool, a bamboo skewer, non-stick rolling pin, fondant smoother and some water to act as glue. So for the first step, let's make the legs. I've got some blue-grey coloured gum paste here for his pants. I'm just going to knead it a little bit. So the heat of your hands will actually help to make the gum paste softer and more pliable, and will help to stop it getting cracks in it. Roll it into a ball between the palms of your hands. And then start to make a sausage by rolling one hand up and down the other. So you can see that the sausage is quite uneven, so get your fondant smoother and use that to just rock it back and forth to make a more even sausage. Okay, so make the sausage about as long as you want the two legs to be. To make the legs, just pick it up in the middle, put it over one finger and bend, and there you have trousers. So as you can see, the ends are kind of rounded, and that's not going to be good for sticking on the shoes later. So if you want to get your palette knife, or you can use your scalpel for this, and just chop at the ends to give them a flat surface, and then just push it back in a little bit from where it's been a little squashed from the pressure of your cutting. Maybe put those a bit closer together. And there you have the legs. Get your white gum paste, or whatever colour you want a shirt to be. Again, just knead it a bit. And then roll it into a ball again. So once it's in a ball, put your two edges of your two hands together like this and the paste in between. Then just start rocking gently back and forth. And this will give you a tapered point. I'm just going to flatten it slightly. So then you just get a paintbrush, a little bit of water on the top of the legs there, and use that to secure the torso on. Try not to use your fingers too much, and use the heels and palms of your hands, just because when you use your fingers you're going to end up with little dents like that. Torso secure. So next I'm going to get my paintbrush again and just make a dent top there, and that's where I'm going to put the neck. I'll get my length of dried spaghetti and push it down through the hole to the bottom. This is just for security, to help secure the neck and the head later on. And that's the torso done. Take a small ball of the flesh coloured paste. Again, do a little bit of kneading here. Let's roll it into a ball. What I'm going to do is just use my finger to lightly get a sausage shape and then squash it. It's a little bit more flat. Get your paintbrush, dab some water around the neck hole and in the neck hole. Then this goes through the middle Get some more of the white paste or whatever colour your shirt is. Again, a ball. Almost always every step is, let's make it a ball first. Okay, then start to roll it into a sausage in your hand. And again, get your smoother to finish off the sausage to make it nice and even without any finger dents in it. You want the arms to be thinner than the legs, so bear that in mind when you're rolling your sausage. Okay, so take your palette knife or scalpel and cut it at a diagonal in the middle. These are a bit long, so let's just measure how long we want it to be. It's about here. And to make sure the arms are an even length, cut them both like so. And get a paintbrush, dab of water on both sides of the torso. Secure the arms. You see how the diagonal makes a nice shape along the tapered torso. So you get a small amount of the flesh coloured paste and roll it into a ball and cut it in half. This is just to make sure that your hands are roughly the same size. Now there are two ways that you could do this. The easiest way, roll it into a ball, slightly flatten, and then just stick it on the end. That with a bit of water. The other way that I'm going to show you, roll into a ball, then taper it slightly, flatten, use a smoother sometimes to flatten to get it even, and get your scalpel or your palette knife and cut just a small triangle of it out to make a thumb. To do this, you would actually need to, before this is dried out, get your paintbrush and indent a hole in the end of the arm. Then the hand would go in like that. So those are the two ways that you can do it. Get a reasonable sized ball of the flesh paste. Roll it into a ball. Okay, so that's pretty good. Get a little bit of water on your brush. Dab the paint around the neck. Let's just make sure the spaghetti is the right length. If it's too long, it's going to poke through the top of the head. So if it's too long, like mine was too long, just get rid of some of the excess. Just push it through the spaghetti. Using the palm of my hand to get rid of some of my fingerprints there. And that's the head secured onto the neck. There are a couple of ways to do the mouth. The way I prefer is to just get an icing tip or tube and use the end to indent a smile. You could also do the same thing if you wanted a smaller smile with one of these silk veining tools that you can use the other end. That kind of looks like a half broken straw, and you can put in a mouth that way. But we're going to do it my way, which is to use the end of an icing tip. Hold it at an angle and softly push it in. And there you see he's got a smile. Get a really tiny bit of the flesh coloured paste, as you can see I've got there. Roll it into a ball. You don't want to put too much, just dab some water on. Just press the nose on to where the water was. And now he has a nose. There are a couple of ways of doing this. One way is to get your bamboo skewer, dip the flat end in some black colouring paste and just press them on, but that means that the end of the skewer has to be really flat without too many holes or anything like that in it, which a lot of times they aren't. So the other way that you can do it is get the pointed end of your bamboo skewer and about where you want the eyes, push into small holes. Get a tiny bit of your black colouring paste. So you can see the holes there are really small, and you're going to fill them with just little bits of paste, so it's going to be tiny, like really tiny. Get a really small bit, roll it into a ball as usual. Once you have your little ball, cut it in half. And make them into balls again. Now for this you might want a finer tipped brush, because you want to get water in and around the holes. And the other brush I was using before was just a bit too fat to do this job. Okay. Just push it in. There he has eyes. I've got my brown coloured gum paste here for the hair. You can use whatever colour you want, obviously. Just rolling into a ball there. Got my non-stick rolling pin, and I'm going to roll it out reasonably thinly. Now I'll get my calyx cutter and cut out a calyx shape. It's always better to remove the excess paste from around the cutter rather than try to remove the cutter from the paste. So if it's sticking a little bit, get your palette knife and gently push it out. So then you get your little sugar guy and your paintbrush and your water. Paint the back of his head where you want the hair to go. Then just need to flatten this on the top of his head, and there's his hair. Okay, so now the last thing we need to do is just give him some shoes. I am doing the shoes with black gum paste. Take a small amount and roll it into a ball. Cut it in half so that you have your even-sized shoes. Roll a half into a ball. Make a sausage shape. Flatten. At the end. And just secure it on like so. So you're going to do the same with the other one. Ball, small sausage, flatten, water at the end, and stick it on. And there you have it, your finished gum paste figure.